All right, guys, let's talk about all the camera gear I use to shoot my content with. What's up, people? Welcome to the channel where we talk about music licensing, music production, and music business. If you love any of the previously mentioned, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all my latest content. So today we're actually going to talk about video production more so because I keep getting requests asking me to kind of go into detail with the camera gear or about the camera gear that I use to shoot my content with. So that's photos on Instagram, my videos on YouTube, videos on Instagram, all of that stuff. What am I using on a day-to-day? So let's dig into it. So I'll start with what I'm using currently. And I kind of switched everything around to what I used to use, which was a Canon T4i camera, shooting with a Sigma 30mm lens. So that's what you're seeing right now. But my new everyday camera and content creation workhorse is this beautiful thing here. I switched over to Sony. So I'm using a Sony a6600 right now. So the reason for switching, right, and the things that kind of attracted me to this particular camera was the fact that one, it shoots in 4K, which obviously my T4i does not do, which, I mean, I don't know. I just felt like it was just time to upgrade to something that can shoot in 4K, even though everybody's not watching 4K. It's just good to have, like, come on, just at least have it. So this thing is super dope. So it shoots in 4K, but one of the most, I don't know, one of the features that sold me the most was the autofocus. So when you're shooting a lot of content, you don't want to fiddle around with manual focus all the time, especially if you don't have anybody else around to help you work the camera or get your shot and angles and focus and stuff right. It's just easier to set that joint to autofocus and let it find you and forget about it. Hit record and do what you got to do. So the Sony a6600, honestly, man, a lot of the Sonys, the autofocus is just super duper quick. I don't have to worry about it. Like, I don't have to keep checking, making sure I'm in focus. Or sometimes I've shot in entire videos just to find out I was off focus and I had to reshoot the whole thing, which it ends up costing me more time, right? So this one, it literally like tracks your eyes. Like, it can tell if you're a human or if you have two eyes, something weird like that. And it'll track your eyes, your movement. I can move around. If I was to move around with this camera right now, I will be out of focus. Well, it's on manual right now, but I would be out of focus. And then like some lenses, you can hear the autofocus working. It's like super loud and nobody wants to hear that. Yeah, so the autofocus on this joint was super dope. It is a, what is it, APFS or AFPS? I think it's APFS. If I'm wrong, I'm just wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So pretty much what that means is it's not a full frame sensor. It's a smaller sensor, which honestly is not a big deal to me. Like, you guys probably won't even notice the difference, to be honest with you. So what that means is that I have a smaller frame. It's a little smaller than like the A7 III or something like that. Which I like. It's not super big, it's not super bulky. My Canon T4i, once I held this and then I held the Canon, I was just like, yo, dude, that Canon is huge. It's comfortable on the hand, but it's huge. But this one isn't that huge. Now I have a frame on here. It's a small rig frame, and the reason I got this was because Sony thought it was a genius idea to put this little, you know, accessory slot, or what do they call it? Like a cold shoe or something like that. I'm not like a camera guru, so I don't really know the technical names of this stuff. So they put it right on top, like most cameras have. It's on top. The problem is with the Sony a6600, the screen flips up, right? So you can see yourself, you can monitor yourself, which is cool, except if you have the mic system that I use, which, you know, it mounts where it's supposed to mount, but then when you flip the screen up, it gets in the way. You can't see the screen. It's like, yo, I can't see myself. That's that's retarded. So I got this small rig frame, and it allows you to mount multiple accessories. It has like a variety of holes on the top and the sides and the bottom. It's a little added layer of protection as well. If you drop it, it's probably gonna hit, well, hopefully it doesn't hit the lens, but the frame of the camera at least is kind of protected around the edges. And then it gives you a couple different options to mount, you know, like your audio gear or a light or something like that. So I can put it in one of these spots, and then I can still see my screen. So yeah, so that allowed me to do that. So I grabbed that. But yeah, so Sony a6600 is my main cam. The lens it came with was the 18-135 kit lens. I still have that. Actually, this joint is not a bad lens. Sony lenses are super crispy, man. I love the way they look. I don't use this all the time unless I want like a wider shot. My go-to lens right now is what I have on here because I shoot on it all the time, is the Sigma 30mm lens. And this lens just makes everything look super dope. You get the bokeh in the back, so if you have lights, it blurs them.
I couldn't hear what you said.
And Siri is apparently trying to talk to me while I'm doing a video, but it blurs, you know, your background and makes it look super duper dope. And then you stand out in the forefront. So yeah, super dope lens, highly recommend it. I'm shooting on the Canon Sigma 30mm. That's on the Canon now. And I liked it so much that I got one for this Sony mount because I just love it so much. So that's the main system right there. Now my mic, what do I use for a mic when I'm shooting on the Sony? I am using my go-to, I love these little things, is the Rode Wireless Go. And that is this little system here. So you have a transmitter and you have a receiver, and you pretty much mount one on the camera, and then you mount the other one on yourself. This I could mount on myself just as is. It has an internal mic, but I usually use it with some type of live mic, and I just plug that mic in, and then I can clip this like on my belt, throw it in my pocket, and then just use the mic that's clipped on. Super clean, super crispy audio. You don't hear like any annoying hissing and buzzing sounds and things like that. I've been using this for probably about a year or more. Super dope. Like I haven't used anything else on my main camera in a while because these are super dope. Comes with 2 chargers, comes with this convenient little pouch where you can hold your charger cables and all of that stuff. What else does it come with? It comes with a little, you know, cable to hook up from, what is it, the receiver or the transmitter, and then right into the camera. So super dope. Before I got the Rode Wireless Go, I was using the Rode Video Micro, and that's this little mini shotgun mic here. It was a pretty decent mic. The audio wasn't as clean and direct as, you know, using the Wireless Go, but it got the job done. I used this for quite some time before I switched over to the Wireless Go. And this comes with like a little mount, and then you can just slide it on top of your camera, especially if you're doing like vlogging and like your camera's close up to you, and you can pick up some really good audio that way. I moved into a bigger space for my production room, so I was further away, so it kind of picked up more of the, you know, the extra reverb and space that I didn't really like. So that's when I switched over. Okay, so now let's talk about my mobile setup. What do I use when I'm out and about on the go? And I may not necessarily want to carry my main Sony a6600. I'm using my iPhone. iPhones have dope cameras, but I don't just use the standard built-in camera all the time. If I'm shooting something and I want it to be high quality, sometimes I shoot even if I'm inside and just want to shoot it directly to Instagram stories. I have a mobile lens kit from Moment that is super duper dope. By the way, I'll leave links in the description to all of this gear I'm talking about, so you'll be able to find it, check it out, or grab some if you want. So with Moment gear, I got the Moment case. So it's a phone case, it's just black, nothing crazy. And what it does, it allows me to mount their lenses onto my iPhone, like super duper quick. So you just line these 2 lines up, put that lens on there, turn it, Boom, you just turned your phone into a legit camera. They have like a camera app too where you have like manual settings. It kind of turns your iPhone into like a DSLR, and you can kind of control exposure and white balance and all that stuff. So yeah, so this particular lens is a 58mm, gets super duper crispy picture and video. So this is what I'm using like if I'm out and about and just want something handheld to where I don't have to worry about carrying bulky gear or accidentally dropping it. So yeah, it comes with a nice little cap, and then it comes in like this neat little handy Moment bag, which I don't even carry that thing around. So with that, you gotta have something to hold the phone with, right? So I use the Joby Grip Tight 1 Gorilla Pod, and it's like this mini version of a Gorilla Pod, specifically for like a phone, a mobile device. It's got the little plastic stretchy thing, put that on there, boom, and then you can kind of hold it and do whatever you need to do. So this is cool, especially like I shoot Instagram content videos or meme videos. Sometimes I shoot it on this, like if I'm out at the park with my son or whatever, and an idea pops up for some content or some value that I can give my followers, some information, I'll just pull this thing out and then just start shooting. The dope thing about it is like it folds, right? So literally like I can fit this joint in my pocket, which is super duper dope. And yep, you can fold it up, and you know how the Gorilla Pods work. They're like super flexible. You can turn them into any shape that you want. So that's what I'm using to hold my iPhone if I'm shooting on the iPhone. Now let's talk about iPhone mic system. I don't like built-in audio, if you can tell. So recently I started using the Comica Boom XD, and this mic is very, very similar to the Rode Wireless Go, right? You get a little box, just like it's the same thing, right? It's just a different brand, but the receiver on this particular version is specifically made for iPhone. So this plugs into the iPhone. You can watch my previous YouTube video. I do a more in-depth review on it just so you can check it out or whatever and see the details. But again, I'm usually hooking a lav mic up to it, or I can just clip this directly on, if depending on what's going on. And the dope thing about this, especially if I'm on the go, 9 times out of 10 I could be outside. Like I said, if I'm at the park with my son, it could be windy. So this has the little wind muff where you can kind of throw that on there, and I can just clip this directly on my shirt and just talk and record better quality audio than I would if I was just recording directly from the built-in iPhone audio. So that is pretty much my gear, man, as far as what I use every day to shoot my main content, my YouTube videos, IG videos, things like that. I've even started shooting reels on this just cause I don't know, man, I just be trying to do everything high quality. And then my mobile setup. I will also mention the Canon 50mm lens. If you are using a Canon DSLR full frame camera, I love the Canon 50mm. Like again, you get that blurry background and just a really sharp focus and a really sharp picture in video. It zooms in a lot. So this is a great lens if you want like a super close-up shot or like something super close up. This will definitely get the job done. So yeah, another dope lens if you're using Canon. I may even get some type of, I don't know, mount converter and still use this on the Sony because I like it. So let's dig into this question of the day. What camera are you currently using? How do you like it? How long have you had it? Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. I'm curious. If you thought the video was helpful and you found some gear that you think you might want to add to your setup, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.